Good morning, Doctor. I wanted to start with what happened in the House, first of all, on the Democrat side. It was a given that this was going to happen, but for 4 Democrats to actually break ranks and actually vote against their own party, was that a surprise for you?
No, I don't think it was a surprise. To me, it was something which was bound to happen because of the way President Trump conducted himself post his election results. You know, he created many enemies within even his organization, you know, and also he was fighting with the state security chief. You remember the FBI chief was asked to resign, you know, and they had to release a lot of information, and from there he's been building up.
Very true. I mean, Donald Trump has been fighting with almost everybody, but when you look at the approval ratings, he's still there. They haven't dipped in any way whatsoever, even with this whole impeachment saga taking place at the moment.
Yeah, yes, that's how it sounds like and looks like from this angle, but definitely there's a lot of transactions which are going on and disbelief on his presidency in the United States, including those people who depicted to put him there. He's been fighting against them, you know, so that gives him a very narrow perspective. But we'll see what happens during his trial, you know, in the House of Senate. But we know already that the Republicans are the majority in the Senate. So that also boils down to how much loyalty does he receive from the member of the Senate. But also we must understand that part of those representatives who's going to be chosen, they are candidates for 2020 presidential nominations.
That's probably the biggest problem. They're almost like very scared to go against Trump just in case he makes it through this whole thing. So are you saying we are unlikely to see the president actually being removed because of those factors?
Yes, it has been noticed that it's very unlikely, but you know, politics in United States has developed over the past couple of years, and I think we might be shocked that he's found guilty on the 2 counts and he'll be convicted and he'll be removed as president of the United States.
Okay, from your lips, we'll see if that actually happens. Let's talk about the politics of Donald Trump and what's happened in the last few years, in the last 3 years as well. He comes in at the beginning, the Republicans were saying, listen, you know what, he's not our man. And then you look at him now, Donald Trump is the Republican Party. They're all lined up behind him. What a huge swing in 3 years.
Yeah, you know, there's certain aspects in politics where you have no choice than to try to align your president. I mean, they're still loyal to the party, and this is what has been happening. They thought, you know, look, we have the president already in the seat, so should we take out somebody we have appointed to represent us, or can we try to correct him? And I think that's the past 3 years, that's what has been happening. But, you know, him is like a problem child. You know, he goes on Twitter and he tweets and he creates trade wars and all those type of things with China, and he also has been accused of influencing other countries, you know, in terms of democracy, you know, not only in Europe but also in Africa.
From an international perspective, do you think this does damage to the United States, the way we've always seen the United States, you know, the world's big brother? Is that changing?
Yes, it has changed dramatically. You know, the world has always viewed America as one of the founding of democracy we are enjoying here in Africa. You know, they have been built on principles that everybody is born with unalienable rights. Among those is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. All that came from America. But what has happened now, you see now South Africa, they are turning now to the Asian communities, China, and now Russia, you know, away from the United States and the United Nations.
And it's all because of Donald Trump, you think?
Yes, yes, definitely, definitely.
Okay, Doctor, thank you so much. We're waiting to see what actually happens. This whole thing now moves to the Senate, where the Republicans have the majority. Dr. Charles Sinkala, international relations expert, just breaking it down for us.